Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/pod.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
The Grand Rapids Griffins annihilate the Cleveland Monsters, sweeping them 3-0 on the 3-game miniseries. Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. I'm your host, Connor, and I'm here with my brother, Kyle. What's happening?
Doing good, man. We are brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network, sponsored by Draftkings and GameTime. Griffins are on fire again, just like that.
Yeah, it was getting to the point where the rest of the league was starting to catch up with us, and something needed to be done. We had a huge matchup playing against the Cleveland Monsters, one of the top 10 teams in the league, along with us. So this was a big indicator to see how we could compete with a talent like that. And the Griffins proved to be victorious, winning all three of them. Two of them, destruction, like absolute destroying them. So, yeah, two of them 5-1, one of them 1-0.
Yeah, and with a new head coach in Detroit, maybe just a little positivity going around the room, and maybe some of that spreading down to Grand Rapids as well. Everyone wants to play for that job now that there's a new set of eyes looking.
So we have a little bit of news for you. We got William Lageson's called up to the Detroit Red Wings, and we have Bantle and Johannes switching spots. We have Bantle down to Toledo and Johannes back up into Grand Rapids.
Yeah, Dan Watson getting the AHL All-Stars coach nod. He'll be coaching for the big All-Star game for the AHL. That's always a fun event. I know a lot of people tune out of even the NHL, so it's really hard to tune into the AHL as well. But just know our guy is out there doing it for us.
Yeah, and then we just want to mention that our former Griffins up there, Berggren, new coach, you're seeing a lot from him.
Yeah, new picture, new scheme. And yeah, it looks like they're telling them to play the hockey that they want to play. And looks like Jonathan Berggren benefiting from that greatly.
I believe his quote was, "You've been playing hockey your whole beep, beep, beep life. Play hockey, dude. Quit trying to critique it." I mean, it's gotten to the point, man, where our whole team is about developing a bunch of Andrew Cops, defensively solid people, like defend, but like we need to like harvest like the goal, like what these players are for. Like Zadina was supposed to score goals. Berggren, he's more than a defensive guy. That's just not what he is. I mean, you got a bunch of different pieces make a puzzle fit. Not all the same piece. So this defense just hasn't been working, and you got McEllen like, dude, quit doing that, play hockey. You got these dudes opening back up, and the utilization of Jonathan Berggren and Joe Bolino even being put on the first line. I'm excited to see the future of this, but we'll get into these games if you want to.
Yeah, just one more thing. Andre Becker also signed a contract with the Detroit Red Wings, so looks like they have liked what they have seen out of the kid, as have I. And we put him on cold the last couple weeks, but dude's not playing bad hockey. So good to see him out there getting the contract and a little motivation behind it.
Yeah, very impressive stuff. Being his first year out of college, getting drafted, it's really cool to see a kid step up like that and get his ELC.
But yeah, we can get into these games now.
So we have an away game to start it, the 3-game mini series versus the Cleveland Monsters. We travel to the Rockage Mortgage Fieldhouse to play the Cleveland Monsters, the first of a 3-game mini series. Game 1, December 28th.
Yeah, in that we had Billy Huso. They went with Jet Greaves in this first game. As we get into this first period, so the Griffins open up the scoring here as Joe Schnively puts the Griffins on the board 1-0, gets his 11th goal of the year, assisted by Nate Danielson and Austin Watson.
Yeah, so this was a really good hustle from Danielson, getting down to the corner, playing that grind hockey. He makes a shot at the net, and it deflects right to Shine right there Snively right in the shot, and he gets the goal right there. Great work by Danielson.
Yeah, and then as the period goes on, gets a little closer to the end, Dominic Shine capitalizes for his 8th goal of the season. Again, assisted by Nate Danielson and William Wallander on the power play.
Yeah, amazing by Danielson. He kind of stuck it in there. It almost looked like the puck just floated right to Shine, and he takes the shot and drives with a great screen on that one. So Griffins go up 2-0.
So the first period was very physical. Soderblom found himself getting jumped by half the Cleveland team. Austin Watson got himself into a fight. The whole first period was a physical disaster. Soderblom picks up 9 minutes worth of penalties in the first 20 seconds of the game, it looks like. And yeah, this one just.
Very physical. Definitely a kind of playoff energy. Both teams being in the top of the league, playing head to head. I mean, you're going to get a very physical game, and that we did. There being 8 penalties in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's get on to the second period.
Hunter McCown scores for Cleveland to start the second period, assisted by Stanislav Slovel and Roman Akan, as they get this one 2-1.
Yeah, so in that goal, pretty much Rafferty, it seemed like he kind of got spun around, and his guy snuck by him, leaving Dries to cover 2 dudes, and they got it in the goal. So not too.
Yeah, and that rebound there that Huso left out there. Like to see that one cleaned up a little bit, but can't get them all.
Yep. So that was all the scoring in the second. The shots in the second were 6-14. Cleveland really stepping on the pedal. The physicality went down a little. There was still a little bit of horsing around. We had some roughing, interference, some slashing. 3 penalties, and then going on into the third period.
So to start the third period, again early, 1 minute and 51 seconds in, Gabriel Seeger picks up his 5th goal as Shai Boom finds him. And Elmer Soderblom also gets a assist in this.
Yeah, so Shai Boom kind of just flew with speed right into their zone to about the top of the circles, kind of passed it right over to Seeger. As he went down to the knee, he scored the goal.
Yeah, and that's his 5th goal, and Seeger's put him in. That's good to see from him. He just has a knack for putting them in the net. Only we could say the same thing for Soderblom.
So the Griffins get a power play on a Dylan Gamble delay of game penalty, and they will capitalize on this one. Danielson, again, right off the faceoff, gets a nice little quick pass over to Snively, and Snively it goes down to the knee also and gets the goal. So this is a knees down performance for these boys.
It's a trend, boys. It's a trend.
That knee down score.
Yeah,
Even
and that-
Gettinger did it on that shootout.
That face-off win by Danielson, and to get that puck over, he just kind of drifted it over there real slow. I think it just kind of caught the goalie off balance, and Snively beat him.
I think it kind of confused everyone on even our guys, like except for Snively, who was sitting there wide open. It kind of just like drifted right through everybody, and everyone was looking around. Too late, Snively
Gets his second of the game on the power play.
So yeah, and that game, Snively caps it off with a hat trick. In his, I believe, third hat trick of his career in the AHL. It's a empty net goal, and yeah, great by Snively. Huge game.
Yeah, and that was a great effort by Watson as he took the puck down the wing and waited very patiently with the empty net to find Snively with that pass. So, I mean, I guarantee that's appreciated by Joe.
Yeah, so that was a 3-assist game by Danielson, a hat trick by Snively. This was a good game for everyone on the Griffins, pretty much. Huso almost with the shutout. Yeah, let's get on to the next game.
Well, as Griffins ended up taking 24 shots in this one, and Cleveland ended up taking 33 shots. So, good standing by Huso to stop 32. We move on to the next game.
Grand Rapids Griffins on Tuesday, December 31st. Return to the freezer on Fulton to play the Cleveland Monsters for the second of 3 games in this mini-series. It is New Year's Eve game, and there's a post-game fireworks show. Let's get into it.
So to start the first period, or actually before we start, so in that we have Zach Sawchenko taking over for Cleveland, and Jack Campbell gets the start for Grand Rapids Griffins. Kick off the first period, we get William Lagesson with a goal and a beautiful pass from Soderblom. To get this one 1-0 for the Griffins.
Yeah, so this all started with a Josiah Didier, kept it in at the blue line. Then he got it over to Soderblom, who made a couple shifty moves there to get it over to Legason at the point and blasted it.
Yeah, and I got to mention Tim Gettinger got a touch in there somewhere as he is the secondary assist on here. But yeah, great shot by William Lagesson. Getting that one, finding the back of the net. And 2 minutes after the Griffins score that one, again, we have Dominic Shine, this time for his 9th goal of the season. And Sheldon Dreiss with the assist, and Tim Gettinger again with a secondary assist.
So the puck pretty much bounced from the boards to the center, and Shine, in spinning fashion, collected it and scored a goal. Nice move by Shine. It was really, really cool. Yeah, this first period was just nonstop onslaught by the Grand Rapids Griffins. And coming next on a power play, Emil Vero comes through. He comes flying in off the right into the zone and takes a nice blaster and scores it right there.
Yeah, and Alex Doucette finds them as they both come in with speed. And from the wing, Vero moves up from the point, and Doucette just gets that puck over to him, and love that shot by Vero.
And that's really what we're kind of looking for with Vero. That's like kind of what he was drafted for. That's the kind of player we thought he was. If he can continue to do stuff like that, his chances of making the Red Wings in the future will dramatically increase.
And the scoring isn't over yet for the Griffins, as closer to the end of the period, about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, Ante Tuomisto just gets a wicked snapshot from, I don't know, right at the mid-circle. Creeps up a little bit, but great work by Andre Becker to get that puck from behind the net, fight for it, and find Tuomisto for him to get that shot and beat the goalie. Put the Griffins up 4-0 in the first period. What an effort.
Yeah, absolute crazy period. Griffins just stepped on the gas, like I said before. It was a 10-7 shots on goal that period. So out of the 10 shots, they scored 4 of them. Pretty crazy. That is taking your shots wisely, I should say. But they're just on fire.
Yeah, Griffins score on their first power play of the game, and the second power play they get carries over into the second period.
So second period, about near the end, we finally get another goal. Alex Doucette gets his 4th of the year, assisted by Austin Watson and Ante Tiamisto. He pretty much on the left wing point sniper screened by Watson.
So Austin Watson with his second assist of the game here.
Yeah, so
Griffins get 5-0 into the third period.
in third period, well, Cleveland was outshot by Grand Rapids 13-6 in that period. The start of third period starts and pretty much a even matched period and till the end where last second of the power play, Lika Del Blues absolutely screwed Jack Campbell's
poor guy
shutout. So sad to see that spoiler.
Yeah, he saved 21 shots in this game. The defense limited Cleveland pretty good in this one. Good to see there. Great game for both the goalies and the defense, as both rewarded with only a 1-goal game. And a great game by Doucette as he ends up with the first star here. Gets a goal and an assist. These are the type of the performances we are looking for out of him.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw from Emil Vero and Tuomisto a lot too in that game. But yeah, getting on to the final game of the 3-game series, the Cleveland Monsters were clearly seeking revenge in this one.
Yeah, we'll get to you in this one after ads.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? You bet we are. Get in on the action at Draftkings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Remember, all lines and odds are subject to change. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's when you bet just $5, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On the behalf of Blue Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. If you're anything like me, you have a few favorite prospects that you are waiting for to take the ice for their NHL club. Don't miss the day they make their debut, and be at the rink when your favorite team's future takes the ice. GameTime makes it easy to be a part of your team's biggest moments. And of course, GameTime has you covered for the upcoming Winter Classic. They can find you the cheapest possible seats, or find you the best available seats at Wrigley Field for the 4 p.m. matchup of the Blues and the Blackhawks. Offering more than just sporting events, GameTime has tickets to many high-profile events, concerts, and shows. Visit GameTime.co, that's GameTime.co, and allow the GameTime Picks feature
to sort the events that mean the most to you. Look for GameTime's Super Deal to find the lowest price guarantee, and even view your seating before purchasing. Covered by the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry, your purchase is protected by event cancellation and job loss protection. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime Picks. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code THPN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code THPN for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? Game time.
Welcome back. We'll get into this game here, the last game. So on Thursday, January 2, the Grand Rapids Griffins travel back to Cleveland to play the Cleveland Monsters at the Rocket Mortgage Arena.
In net, we get Billy Huso. And Jet Greaves takes back over for Cleveland. So no scoring in the first period. Penalties picked up a little bit. We got 5 of them. Austin Watson gets into a fight.
Absolutely destroys.
And yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct by Max McHugh. And Max McHugh also gets that fight with Watson. And then, yeah, both power plays are scoreless for both teams. And we move on to the second period after the Griffins take 9 shots in the first and Cleveland takes 8 shots in the first. So really just kind of a slow period here.
So second period also pretty slow, just a little more shots by like a couple. But the intensity still there. Austin Watson, William Wallander both get penalties. Austin Watson with 2. Bunch of roughing, tripping, fun stuff like that.
Yeah, and you can't go without saying how good of a performance both goalies were putting on at this point, as all shots were stopped, and there were some pretty good chances by both teams, and also some posts to save the day.
Yeah, some great saves by Huso, some great glove saves. Both goalies on fire.
Yeah, and I was getting pretty irritated at Jet Greaves before the third here.
So third period, 3 more penalties, no scoring once again. This was some slashing and some roughing.
Yeah, canceled out 4-on-4, I believe we had between Alex Doucette and Jerkovic home.
Yeah, and it seemed like a fight was going to start big time, like the benches were about to clear almost, but not really. They didn't, but it was getting chippy for sure.
Yeah, I know at one point Didier went over the bench trying to hit someone. Things were getting wild out there.
Yeah, so this one goes into overtime, and overtime we have a straight 4-on-4. No goals, and we have to take this one to the shootout. Both goalies just amazing. And overtime for shots, we had 2 from the Griffins and 4 from Cleveland, and Billy Huso made some game savers right there.
Yeah, in an electric overtime period, I mean, you couldn't take the eyes off the game because it was going back and forth, up and down the ice, and I think Bob Kaiser made the quote: "If you had 10,000 fans at this game, you get 10,000 fans at the next one," just because of how kind of competitive of a game this was here late. It was getting very intense. So
we move on to the shootout. So for the shootout, Joe Snively comes right in and gets it right through the 5-hole.
Yeah, I don't know if it was 5-hole, if it just beat the goaltender from the pad side.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's just he beat him clean. Just comes down, gets the shot in. Didn't make too much of a deke or anything. Just gets that shot in, and I think the goalie was making a move to the left and just beat him by the pads.
Yep, and Luca Bell the Blues, he takes the first shot for Cleveland, and he does not score. Huso making a nice save.
And we got Nate Danielson coming out. Number 29 comes down and cannot put the puck in the net, unfortunately.
Tries the 5-hole.
Yeah.
I think it looked like it kind of like what Snively was doing, but so yeah. Then
Rocco Grimaldi comes out, ex-Griffin killer. We know this guy can do it, so we got a little worried. But Husso made quick work of him, showing his NHL capabilities.
So Tim Gettinger can end it. Goes down with a full stride, no trips at all. Straighter than an arrow and misses. So should have tripped it up, man.
I know it sounds to be a trend. He doesn't trip, doesn't score.
So we go. So if Gavin Brindley, the Cleveland shooter, does not score, Grand Rapids Griffins win, and he does not. Husso denies him, and the Grand Rapids Griffins take all 3 games. This one being a 1-0 shootout win. Billy Husso shutout, and yeah, a great game, great series for the Griffins, and that should help with our confidence moving forward and knowing we can take on a top 10 team in a 3-game series, no problem.
Yeah, and just 11-2 with the goals in these 3 games for the teams. When you put it like that, it just hurts a little more for Cleveland.
And they had our number last year, big time. I mean, they literally came back every game that we played them almost and won. They definitely had our number, and so far this year we have annihilated them. So this is great to see. Hope we can keep it up when it matters. And
yeah, and it's just been a great holiday season for the whole organization as we get a Christmas present wrapped up in a new coach, and the energy levels are high. Red Wings come out. They go on a 3-game winning streak. Griffins get back on a 3-game winning streak. Things are feeling good right now. So yeah, we'll get this one going into the penalty box here.
yeah, we'll wrap her up after this ads.
This is a mini meditation guided by Bombas. Repeat after me. I'm comfy, comfy. I'm cozy, cozy. I have 0 blisters on my toes, blisters. And that's because I wear Bombas, the softest socks, underwear, and t-shirts that give back. 1 purchased equals 1 donated. Now go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
This time of year, a good hoodie is absolutely essential, and the American Giant Classic Full Zip Hoodie is made to last a lifetime. With timeless style, heavyweight fleece, and durable details, you can depend on it for years to come. Snag the hoodie that will bring you comfort for life, the American Giant Classic Full Zip, and save 20% off your first order at american-giant.com when you use code CLASSIC24 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at american-giant.com, code CLASSIC24.
Parents, did you know that only 50% of U.S. adults are financially literate? Millions of people don't fully understand how to manage money, and it's up to you to not let your kids grow up into that statistic. With Greenlight's educational money app and parent-controlled debit card, you can teach them how to earn, save, and invest wisely. The earlier they learn, the better prepared they'll be to manage their money and build a financially secure life. Give your kids the financial edge they need. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/podcast. That's greenlight.com/podcast.
We like to end the episode on a fun note and pick the biggest idiot of the week and throw them in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing in the penalty box?
Well, I got to go with somebody from Cleveland Monsters organization who decided to dress up in a Grinch suit well after the Christmas seasons are all over. And, you know, it's like you listen to all the Christmas music, you finally accept that it's happening, Christmas and all that. And then it's over. And you're like, okay, let's move on. And then everything lingers for about a week. Or it's just everything's still Christmas, but it's done. It should be done and over with. Here's the Grinch at a hockey game, running away, getting chased down by the
mascot, Sully or whatever. He's like, "Get him,
the-
Sully!"
Yeah, the Cleveland mascot. Yeah, it was just funny, but too much Christmas at that point.
So my theory is, how can the Grinch steal Christmas if there's no Christmas? It's over, dude. He don't care about Christmas already. Why is he gonna go start trying to steal Christmas after Christmas? It's just doesn't make sense.
So. Steal my New Year too?
Yeah, like you just really hate people at this point, bro. But yeah, so how long are you throwing them in?
Just a 2-minute minor for Cleveland here. They're lucky with that. Yeah, leaning on them.
Like 2 minutes of the box for Cleveland. So, where I'm throwing in the box, I'm gonna throw in the concessions at the Van Andel. I just think I can't stand Bud Light. I feel like it's straight water. For $2 beers, I think we should get something a little better. I think we should. I mean, the Red Wings are sponsored by Labatt Blue. If we could get Labatt Blues, or like if you're gonna stick with the Anheuser Busch, do Budweisers, even do Labatt Blue Lights if it's a light beer kind of thing. You want us to drink water, but just Bud Light is the worst beer there is. I think
I'm sick of it too, man. The cups, man. Like it seems like for the first however many beers sold, they come in cans, but then when they come in cups, it's just I can't do the cups. They don't make it to your seat. You don't have enough room to carry a cup through the stadium that it's packed, especially on a bigger game. I mean,
especially when you're trying to carry 10 hot dogs.
And you go to your seat, you got one cup holder. So if you want your hot dogs, so you got to drink your beer before you eat your hot dog. It's kind of a nightmare, especially if you got like right in the middle of the aisle, you know.
Yeah, you got to get up between everyone. But yeah, so I'm gonna throw them for 2 minutes. I just think we should get a better beer. I honestly anything but Bud Light at this point. Like preferably, I think with the affiliation with Labatt's and the Red Wings, I think we should probably just have Labatt's.
I agree with that.
But all right, so that should wrap us up for this episode. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back with another regular hot and cold episode this week, and we'll probably include the Milwaukee game review with that one. And we have a nice week off till the Griffins play a 2-game series versus the Manitoba Moose. So
yeah, and that one will be a Batman bobblehead giveaway. It'll be DC Superhero Night. Make sure you get down to the van for that one. And if you want the bobblehead, make sure I think it's the first 1,000, 2,000 fans there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get there when the gates open. Yeah, especially if you're not a season member, you're gonna want to get there a little early.
Yep. And the giveaways have gone. People have been stacking up at the doors, so make sure if you want to get there that you're there bright and early. So.
Yep. So we'll see you next time. Go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.
Did you know adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't? From swimming lessons to piano classes, as parents, we invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But how much are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids essential skills like earning, saving, and investing, giving them the tools for financial confidence. This investment costs less than an after-school treat at Starbucks. Start prioritizing their financial education today with Greenlight. Invest in their future at greenlight.com/podcast.